Welcome to the In Living Terror podcast. In Living Terror may contain adult content. Listener discretion is advised. It's time for podcast.
And welcome once again to the In Living Terror podcast. I'm Scott Hanshew.
I'm Desmond Ports.
And I'm Peter Hunter.
And today we're going to be having a lot of fun in the studio, aren't we?
Yeah, we're back again by popular demand. Didn't think you'd see us, but here we are.
It's going to be a rip-roaring good time. It's going to be like going to the old soda shop.
The old soda shop.
The old
fountain.
Little,
the fountain.
A little bubbly.
And when I say shop, I mean shop with an E.
With the P. Shoppy.
Grille.
Yes, shoppy.
Shoppy. Grill.
Yes.
Grill.
We're going to be doing a lot of important talking today. We're going to be talking media. We're going to be playing some games. And we're going to be talking some investment opportunities and discussing illnesses.
Anyway,
let's talk John Wick.
Let's talk John Wick. Hey, all jokes aside, I actually watched it. And man, I loved that movie.
Oh, really?
It is fucking Keanu Reeves just killing people.
I mean, we do regret that Keanu couldn't have made it into the studio today.
Well, it's a blessing and a curse because I would have had to bullshit my way through, pretending to have seen it.
Yeah.
That would have been kind of, embarrassing.
Well, I mean, we had the cliff notes written down.
Yeah. We did. He was back in full form. It kind of is. That movie kind of goes in line with like all these movies that are bringing old action stars out and back in like the spotlight again. I feel like. I don't want to compare it to Expendables because it's just like a bunch of dudes crammed into one. But it's kind of just like, oh yeah, remember him? He used to be in things. Here he is kicking ass again. He's a bit older. All that.
Is Val Kilmer in it? That sounds like a thing Val Kilmer would be in.
I wish. Val Kilmer should play Zap Brannigan in the future.
Oh, that would be good. That would be really good.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, I'm seeing some horses on the horizon there. Oh my god. Oh, wow. It looks like it's time for Peter's Trivia Corral.
All right.
Here we go.
That's right, Scott. This segment is called Fast or Furious.
Fast or Furious.
I'm going to list off a series of films with a short description of each, and you're going to tell me if it's fast, meaning it's featuring Paul Walker, or it's furious, meaning it's featuring Groot himself, Vin Diesel.
All right.
So,
Venn diagram.
yes,
Okay.
the Iron Giant himself. All right, the first movie we have is Knockaround Guys. In this 2001 crime thriller, the wannabe sons of mobsters go to a remote town in the Midwest and get themselves into more trouble than anyone could anticipate. Featuring a star-studded cast of Seth Green, John Malkovich, and Dennis Hopper, tell me if Knockaround Guys is fast or furious. Scott?
Let's see. Well, thinking Paul Walker, he's pretty fast, but Vin Diesel, kind of furious.
Kind of furious.
Yeah. I feel like the knitted brow. That's Fury.
All right, Scott's going with Fury.
I'm going with Fury.
Desmond.
Shit.
I mean, you can pick the same answer if you
I know, but I'm just. I'm trying to think. All I remember, I just know Seth Green's in that movie. That's all.
And John Malkovich, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. Malkovich gets a lot of.
He's in random
for being in
things.
a lot of shitty movies.
He's in a lot of random things.
He does a good job, though. I mean, he sold Con Air.
He sold Con Air. He
almost sold.
Yeah.
Almost sold Jonah Hex.
The best part about watching Con Air is seeing John Malkovich almost make those lines good. He's so close. He's like on the edge. Like he's just such a good actor.
Yeah.
But anyways, Desmond.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. It could be really either one. I'm gonna just go with Fast.
All right, the correct answer is Furious. That's a point for Scott.
Yeah, that's right.
Vin Diesel stars as Taylor Reese in that film. So that's 1 point to Scott, no points to Desmond.
Damn.
I felt the Vin was strong in this role.
I'm trying to think of the poster.
It's like a group shot of all of them.
It's a group shot of all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Is Mark
original.
Wahlberg in that movie?
I don't know, sure.
All right. This is going to bother me. I need to watch this.
All right.
It's a good flick.
Great one. One of the best.
I don't know.
Warner Brothers, one of our
maybe.
sponsors.
All right, next one. Monster in the Closet.
Oh, fuck. I don't know this.
That's why it's a game, Desmond.
Oh, it's a great game.
After several people and a dog are found dead in their closets, a mild-mannered reporter, a college professor, her son, and another befuddled professor band together to uncover the mystery, but not without involving the U.S. Army and mass panic. Tell me if this monster movie spoof is Fast or Furious. Desmond,
Fast.
why do you say that?
Because it doesn't sound like something Vin Diesel would be in.
All right, Scott.
That's what I was leaning towards. Initially, I was thinking, this is a younger role that skews more towards the Paul Walker look. But at the same time, it's involving the army, and that itself could lead into a big Vin Diesel type crime drama. So I'm gonna go Furious.
He said
again.
It was a comedy.
I'm gonna go Furious.
Okay.
All right, the answer is Fast. This is actually Paul Walker's first film credit.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's his first film credit, 1986.
Wow. All right.
Well, they should have probably cast Vin Diesel instead.
Probably instead.
I mean, yeah.
Really, Vin Diesel's a better actor.
When you
than
can
Paul
cast
Walker.
Vin Diesel in anything, you might as well.
Might as well.
What? The score is tied up. 1 to Scott, 1 to Desmond. All right,
Okay.
moving on to Strays. A macho cruiser comes of age. Frustrated by the repetitious grind of one-night stands and aimless hustling, sturdy drug dealer Rick is looking for meaning and intimacy in his life. Like his testosterone-tweaked buddies, Rick is a stray, lacking a traditional family structure and wrestling subconsciously with the psychological bruises inflicted by his father's absence. It's deep, guys. It's a deep movie. Tell me, is this late 90s coming-of-age film Fast or Furious? Scott.
I'm gonna say Furious. I'm going Vin all the way. If it ain't Vin,
You're going all
I'm
Vin?
not in.
You're going
I'm
all
going
Vin?
all Vin.
You're going all Vin.
All Vin.
All Vin. All right.
I'm all Vin.
Desmond.
I'm going Fast, man, because I don't know who gets a point if we both
I mean, you would both get points.
get points. That's how this works.
Yeah.
Well, no, fuck that. I mean, Fast or Furious, celebrating the late Paul Walker
Okay.
here today.
Right.
All right.
So, what are you going with?
Fast.
All right. The answer is Furious.
Fuck.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
The poster is actually just Vin Diesel's face. So,
Well,
Shit.
that's kind of the image I had in my mind. At least, if you pitch that to me, that would be the image I would have in my mind.
yeah, exactly. That's a poster.
That's a big
I mean,
face.
it would be a good poster.
It would be like
I'd buy it.
so close up, you can tell all the emotion on their face.
Anyways, moving on. The Pacifier. Disgraced Navy SEAL Shane Wolf is handed a new assignment. Protect the 5 plumber kids from their enemies of their recently deceased father, a government scientist whose top secret experiment remains in the kids' house. Gentlemen, please inform me if this Disney-produced family comedy is Fast or Furious.
It's Furious.
It's Furious.
It's Furious.
I remember that one.
Furious and a goose. There's a goose in it, right?
There was a goose, and you're both right.
Yeah.
All right,
All right,
so that's Scott 3,
Okay.
Desmond 2.
All right. How many questions do we got?
We got a couple more. All
right.
Tammy and the T-Rex.
What the fuck?
I'm about to explain.
Okay.
Tammy and the T-Rex. An evil scientist implants the brain of Michael, a murdered high school student, into a Tyrannosaurus Rex. He escapes, wreaks vengeance on his high school tormentors, and is reunited with his sweetheart Tammy, played by Denise Richards. Tell me if this dinosaur situational dramedy is Fast or Furious. Scott?
Every ounce of my being is telling me to go Fast here. It's telling me to go Paul Walker because I don't see Vin Diesel in that role.
No.
But I can't just give up on Vin now after all we've been through. So I'm all Vin.
You're going all Vin?
I'm going all
okay,
Vin
he's going
again.
Furious. Desmond.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna go Fast, but is this like a cartoon? Like
No, it's live action.
it's live action?
Yeah, it's from like 1994, I think.
Was it? Are we talking like
No,
Theodore
96.
Rex, like suits? Like,
Yeah, no. It was like the post-Jurassic Park era where they just put dinosaurs in a bunch of crap because, Jurassic Park was only popular because
I wish
it had
that would come
dinosaurs in it.
again. That was fucking sick. Theodore Rex is a great film.
That was a classic.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg.
That was at the top of the peak of the career.
Yeah,
there.
Jim Henson's Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was a great show. The Dinosaurs is complimented as a show by being completely silent other than the voice actors. There's no ambient noise, there's no music, nothing to distract you from the pure voice and the gigantic lumbering structures that they had these actors wearing.
they're huge. Like,
It's gigantic. And I applaud them for that.
It looks cool.
Anyways, Tammy and the T-Rex.
Sidetracked again.
Tammy and the T-Rex is fast. It's featuring Paul Walker.
Oh, see,
so
that's
we're all tied up.
Jesus, I need to look that shit up. That sounds weird.
All right, moving on to Meet the Deedles. Meet the Deedles. This 1998 Disney Channel original movie is the first in Disney's Surf trilogy, also including 2000's Rip Girls and 1999's Johnny Tsunami.
What, That's part of a trilogy now?
I mean, they just happened to make like 3 Surf Disney Channel original movies in a short span of time.
Meet the Deedles was theatrical.
No, it was Disney Channel original.
It was definitely...
whatever, we can
definitely theatrical.
We can argue this later. Anyways, 2 surfers, Stu and Phil Deedle, end up as Yellowstone park rangers and have to start up a former ranger who's out for revenge. Let's roll a clip.
My stepdad's a little overprotective, but it's not like he's some complete psycho.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Now tell me, gentlemen, is this movie fast or furious? Desmond,
It's fast.
why do you say that?
Because I know Paul Walker did it.
Well,
This is
Scott.
going to make it really tough for me. I also wanted to say fast because I don't picture Vin Diesel doing well in that role. It just is not something I see him doing. And so I'm going to go Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That's my final
Option
answer.
C.
I mean, that's not a choice.
He's furious.
No, he's choosing too
Have you
furious.
smelled what he's cooking?
I mean, I haven't. I imagine it's furious, but
Yeah.
so you're going with furious, Scott.
Too furious.
You're going with furious.
Well, I'm going with Furious, but this is like a subset of Furious where the answer is also Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Well, you're wrong. It's Paul Walker. So it's fast. Yes, me.
It should have been Eric Stoltz option.
Oh, I wish. There's always time. There's always time. So that makes the score 4-3 to Desmond. Don't worry, we've got one more question
What do you
and
mean,
then
to
one.
Desmond? He's 3?
Yeah, no, he's 4.
He's 4. I was... What?
You're choosing the wrong
I was
answer.
just 3.
Yeah, I know.
You chose the wrong answers twice in a row.
Yeah, and you chose the
Knowing
right
that-
answer.
Okay. Well, I guess that happened. So.
No way, we've got one more question and then one more super duper bonus question for the win.
Okay.
Who else is in Meet the Deedles? Who's the other brother?
I don't remember his name. His career.
Was that
vanished.
any affiliation to like Tweedledee and Tweedledum?
I don't know.
I always
Sure.
assumed it was.
Oh, I guess that's probably
It's
just a
almost
really bad
like
play on
it's-
words.
Yeah, very bad play on words. But I can see that.
All right.
Meet the Deedles.
Like when you're and you're like struggling to produce something, you're like, cool. Meet the Beatles.
All right.
Roll another clip. Another clip.
The most unlikely comic duo since Bill and Ted.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
That was John Wick again, folks.
Yeah.
Great film. Anyway,
I'm thinking he's back.
All right.
All right, we have one more question, and then we have a bonus question.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Moving on to Pleasantville. David and his twin sister, Jennifer, lead different high school social lives. One evening, while their mother is away, they fight over the TV. Jennifer wants to watch a concert on MTV, but David wants to watch a marathon of Pleasantville, a black and white 1958 sitcom about the idyllic Parker family. During the fight, the remote control breaks and the TV cannot be turned on manually. Eventually, the two teenagers find themselves in a 1950s sitcom where their influence begins to profoundly change that complacent world. Tell me, is this Oscar-nominated film Fast or Furious? Scott.
it's a great movie.
First time ever heard.
You've never seen Pleasantville?
Never saw it.
really?
It's with Tobey Maguire, right?
Yeah, no, it's a good movie.
I think it's a
I've
good
never
movie.
said never. It's one of those ones that's
it's a good movie.
slipped through the cracks.
We
you
watched
know?
it in class in high school. I remember being in your class and you making fun of Don Knotts.
Oh, you probably
Yeah,
did then.
yeah.
I mean,
I
you probably
remember
did.
that.
You expect me to remember everything? I mean, from anything from high school?
No,
Come
I
on.
just, man, I feel like a loser now.
Well, no, you shouldn't.
Just
Don't
remembering
beat
a
yourself up.
Fun
over it.
story about my friend.
Well,
You know.
hey, I'm glad you remember
Yeah,
it.
way makes me
because
feel like an
Because
asshole.
if it was me, I would want you to remember it.
All right. Okay.
Scott.
Sure.
Fast or
So,
Furious?
I've been going Furious. Vin's been yielding me a lot of wins.
Vin to win.
For the win.
Yeah.
was my slogan that I ran on in high school, actually.
Ah, that makes sense.
And I used pictures of Vin Diesel instead of my own. And I won class president. But when I got up to give the speech, they all thought it was going to be Vin. And they were disappointed. That was my fault.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was showing support for Vin Just like I'm going to show support for Ben right now, even though I can't see him being cast as a teenager. I'm going to go Vin Diesel, furious all the way.
All right, Desmond.
Well, I'm gonna go fast because why the not?
I mean, so you're going fast.
I'm going fast.
Okay. And the answer is fast. It features Paul Walker. But don't worry, Desmond may be up 5-3, but there's a super duper bonus question. And it's worth 5 points.
Oh,
making
my
the
God.
whole other question and answer
So this
round
is just a guaranteed
irrelevant.
win.
Yes.
It's like the golden snitch.
Yes, exactly like the golden snitch. And one of you is going to accidentally swallow it while you're flying around and then vomit it up and win.
Diagonal.
That happens in the first Harry Potter book.
Yes.
Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, Dennis Hopper was featured in the film Knock Around Guys. However, Hopper also stars in one of the other 6 films we've mentioned. For the win, tell me which other film features Dennis Hopper. I'm going to read the names off to you real quick. We've got Monster in the Closet, Strays, The Pacifier, Tammy and the T-Rex, Meet the Deedles, and Pleasantville. Scott,
I'm going to say Pleasantville.
why do you say that?
Just seems like it's probably the best out of those movies, and I've never seen it, so he's I've never seen like most of these movies.
I mean, that was the idea.
I have no idea.
I mean, that was the idea behind it.
Let's see. What were the other options?
You got Meet the Deedles, Tammy and the T-Rex, The Pacifier, Strays, Monster in the Closet, and Knock Around Guys was the one.
Wait,
that
what
was
is
in.
Monster in the Closet?
It's the one where there's like a monster.
Oh wow,
that's eating people.
he would probably be in that. I'm
Okay.
gonna say Monster in the Closet.
All right, Desmond.
I mean, Dennis Hopper's not always in the best stuff.
He was in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He had cornrows,
Yeah,
bleach cornrows.
he was King Koopa.
I imagine, now this, I don't know if this is true, but I imagine he walked on set and they had this big King Koopa costume for him. He said, I'm going to walk right out that door right now if you put that costume anywhere on me. And they said, we'll just give him bleach blonde cornrows and call it a day.
That's exactly how it went down, along with the casting of John Leguizamo, best sidekick of all time.
Your
you
buddy,
know?
hey, I'm
Hey,
here.
hey.
Hey, you need a buddy?
You
I'm
know,
right
you
here
know,
for you.
coming to the theaters, Donkey Kong Country, starring Ron Perlman as DK and John Leguizamo as Diddy.
They were actually drunk on set the entire time.
Great casting.
John Leguizamo and oh no, I can't remember his name. Who played Mario? He was like a famous actor.
I'm gonna say, fuck, he's in Tammy and the T-Rex or whatever the fuck that movie is.
All right, is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
All right, well, neither of you got it. The answer was Meet the Deedles.
Really?
I almost went for that.
Oh, that would have been a good just throwaway.
I know.
That's really?
Yeah, he was in Meet the Deedles. He's
Dennis Hopper?
It's about like the movie's like about surfers who like live in
yes,
Talking
they-
about
Yellowstone.
Frank from Blue Velvet, Dennis Hopper.
Yes, he's been in many things. He's an illustrious
Wow,
career.
that's true. That's true.
All right, so the winner with 5 points is Desmond. And Desmond, you've won a fabulous pride. All of Scott's honor.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm soaking it in. It's going into me. You know?
I need that honor.
Well, next week you'll have a chance to win it back in Peter's Trivia Corral.
Well, now that I'm dishonorable, I don't know what to do with myself. But we will move on. We will move on to our next segment. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've got some new headgear, and I've also got some investment opportunities from one of our sponsors, but also just a great investment opportunity. I've already sunk all of my hard-earned cash, my hard-earned money into it.
Oh,
I
go on,
liquidated
Scott.
my assets because I'm expecting, and so are my investors, a huge boon in the leather hat industry. And so, like a leather baseball cap.
Oh, so it's like a snapback except made out of leather.
Right.
It's a leather snapback.
Way we're kind of poised to thinking about it with the way the economy is kind of picking back up.
Yeah.
But global warming's getting worse, or climate change if you want to be technical. Leather hats, you can expect to see the sales rising exponentially in the next couple weeks. So I am penniless. All of my stocks are in leather hats right now.
Oh, well.
So I'm really banking on this to work, and I guarantee that it will be a successful stock investment opportunity for everyone listening, you guys included.
I mean, I think I'm okay.
I think you're really missing out, Peter. I think you should buy some stock.
I mean, what if it rains? Won't the hat shrink?
No. That's the beautiful part about wearing a leather hat.
That sounds like it'll just look tacky.
I mean,
No. It's not tacky. It's a beautiful look. It's pure American buck leather.
is it just the like dark brown color? Or the
It's all
multiple
sorts. You can do
shades?
black. You can do.
Can I get spearmint
brown.
green?
They don't make it in green. There is a bleached
But what about
white.
spearmint?
There is a pure white leather hat. If you imagine a baseball cap that is all white, all leather.
That sounds awful.
And it'll keep your head warm when the storms are coming. We got storms coming in from all up and down the coast.
Just a white hat is so just... Bam, there you are. Like, shit.
Guys,
Just like Seal, you know.
I'm really counting on this to work, though. So if we could maybe be a little more,
Okay,
encouraging
look,
and positive
I'm
about it.
Maybe it's the type of thing you maybe should run by us before.
I mean, I'm
podcast starts.
generally more supportive of your, financial endeavors, but
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and this is a big one. All right.
I mean,
I was.
I'm like,
I'm flat broke.
like-
if it isn't her, if the leather hat's got to take off. This is going to have to happen today.
I mean, like
I got to pay rent. You know?
Scott,
Have they given you money yet?
Who's giving me money?
The leather hat people. Have they given you money yet?
Well, it's not a direct deal with them.
So
it's
you're
more
going to bring them up in hopes that they maybe hear that and then get back to you with money or something?
Well, no, he's got stocks.
Well,
He's got
I'm just
stocks.
looking at the realistic projection.
He wants those
If you
dividends.
put on a graph lines next to each other, and you draw one that zigzags up and to the right, and that's for leather hats, and then you also show that and you compare that against the rising temperatures of the sea and the rising temperatures in the air and the atmosphere. The last 14 years have been the hottest out of the hottest 15 years ever on record, if that's going to show. And that just proves once more and again, you got to buy these hats.
I mean,
Leather hats, you know?
on that
You heard it from the source.
On that point, Scott, I feel like a leather hat would be very hot.
And that's the whole thing. It keeps the heat in, so you're using less of your home heating, you're saving on your heating bill, and you're keeping your scalp nice and moist underneath the leather. In the scalding hot sun, you can see the beads of sweat drip from the corners of your ears and your eyes. It's always a good time. It'll keep you nice and warm, but it also is great for wearing in the hot sun.
So what you're saying is it's more of an audio-visual experience than
It's a
hat.
full audio-visual experience. It's so dense. There's so much packed in there, and it's just the way to go for the future in terms of headgear. I don't see another way. I'm also optioning half of my stocks into the leather fanny pack. And that's just kind of like you buy one, you might as well buy the other.
I mean, I feel like I'd get a leather fanny pack. I think I'd buy one. How much do they cost, Scott?
I don't have the numbers in front of me.
Like, do you have like a ballpark? Like, do you have like
Most
a Wrigley
leather
Field?
hats are between $120 and $200, and that's by the piece. That's wholesale.
Oh, okay.
This is a fucking baseball cap.
It is made with 100% premium buck American leather,
Buck only.
and it is, that's sourced from American soil. That's real animals' skin. You can't buy that.
Are these local? Are these local, Scott?
It's not local. They are located in Iowa, and we also have some in Virginia.
Oh.
Yeah. You get the leather where you can get it from. That's part of the reason is the shipping is very expensive. It's manufacturing. I mean, that's been a whole nother... I'm not involved in that, but from what I've read from their blogs, from the leather hat blogs, it's a vital booting industry for the 2015, and I'm willing to commit financially 100%. That's the end of that.
Let's have a quick word from our actual sponsors.
People keep asking if I'm back. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
And we're back. I'm sitting snug in my leather hat, and we're about to transition into our questions segment. First question today comes from Lance Thompson. What's that question, Peter?
I'm glad you asked, Scott. I totally have it right in front of me, and I'm ready to read it.
Yes. Me too.
Lance Thompson asks, all my friends really love watching Ben 10, but I don't think it's that great. Did you have a cartoon growing up that all your friends liked, but you thought was bad? Thanks, Lance.
That's a
for
good
that
question.
That's a great question.
Let's start with Mr. Scott Flanchu. Mr. Scary Flanchu.
Let's see, a cartoon that I did not like,
But everybody else
liked. I think Ed, Ed, and Eddie always kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know if that was like a really like loved one, but for me, just the voices, I couldn't get over it. It was too annoying.
I mean, I like that show.
See,
But I guess
always
that's
what happens.
I mean, I guess that's the point of the question.
That is the point. of the
Now we're all gonna be pissed off at each other.
Yeah.
Before you all disown me as friends, just want you to know that, you should respect my opinion.
I can
Okay,
do that.
it's fine.
I mean,
It's a cartoon.
I mean, we're sure about this.
We're sure.
Okay. Rugrats.
Whatever. Rugrats sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's Rugrats is one of the things where it's like I watched way too much of it, and I'm not
watched-
sure why.
I don't know why.
I remember being like 9 years old watching Rugrats and being like, I don't really like this.
Yeah.
But why am I watching it?
Yeah.
It's like, I just came to the conclusion, it's like, I just like having cartoons on.
Yeah.
I like having cartoons on,
There
but
you
I
go.
don't relate to these fucking babies and their stupid problems.
I mean,
It's like,
baby problems.
just like they talk all fucked up and it's really annoying and
Yeah, and then the final nail in the coffin for me was all growed up.
Oh, no.
That
Don't
was-
even talk about
that
All
was
Grown
just-
Up. That was awful.
That
was
is
awful.
unforgivable.
It was
Unforgivable.
It was bad.
there's a show that like got fame for being this thing about babies. And then you turn into a fucking
You're trying to
teen
like
drama.
option it into your teen audience, and it's like, no.
Hey, you
let
grew
it
up
die.
with Rugrats, right? You like
Let it
that?
die.
Watch Rugrats grow up.
They're all
before
grown
your
up.
eyes.
They're losing their virginity left
Yeah.
and right.
Maybe not.
Tell you
that
what,
far.
that I think by probably it looks like the same animation style could have used more Real Monsters.
Yeah.
That could still be a show as far as I'm concerned.
I think that show would have done better if it had been aimed to a more mature audience. Like, if it had been able to be, like, on MTV around the same time as Beavis and Butthead and shit like that. Like,
yeah, probably. Well, I mean, Nickelodeon was owned by MTV. I mean, is still owned by MTV Studios and Viacom. So
Well, there you go.
yeah.
it's kind of hard for me to say.
It's a safe place.
But, I'll say Cat Dog is definitely one.
Oh, why?
I don't know if everyone loves Cat Dog or not,
Cat
but I
Dog.
never fucking got into Cat Dog.
Cat Dog.
I didn't like the world. I didn't like the way the characters looked. I fucking hated Cat Dog.
The only thing that really ever bothered me about Cat Dog, and I guess, there's no reason going into it because it is a cartoon, but, it's like, if it eats out of one end, it's guaranteed got a shit out of the other side,
That's what
right?
we all-
I mean, you
yeah.
have to have a full or there's, like, some hidden middle asshole point in the central of the cat dog that is just, like, emitting that, but they never show it. I don't blame them for not showing it. It would be kind of an awful thing to do in a kids show to try to explain that. If it's something that's just obviously just half cat, half dog. I don't know.
But it's like, I remember there's like a whole special about them searching for their parents and shit. It's like, what? Why?
Oh, did you see who their parents were?
It wasn't like a cat, like a fish yeti thing.
It was like an ogre and a frog.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
No, I don't
You know,
remember
we
that.
got a combined cat dog thing. Yeah, why not? Ogre frog.
Well, there you go.
Kroger, if
This
you
is
will.
like, how is that the one that got made? The show about the half cat, half dog, like
know.
just connected by the
I mean,
midsection.
cat and dog, very usable words. You put them together, it sells itself in the room.
Yeah, it does.
That's a pretty easy pitch. Actually, think about it.
I don't know. I hated a lot of cartoons, but that was a big one. I didn't think a lot of the Cartoon Network stuff was very good, like Cow and Chicken. Hated that.
Oh, really? I love cow and chicken.
Now that we're
I
done
know.
talking trash
Yeah, now that
on
we're done.
things that were
Burning
accomplished
bridges.
works by other people, how about that smell? It smells kind of like pork to me. It smells a little bit like bacon.
Oh, well, it's funny that you bring that up, Scott.
Is that something to do with you?
Yeah, well, not with me per se,
Oh.
but the state of New Hampshire has decided to bet the bacon on the lottery.
Nice.
That's fucking awesome.
You know what that means, Scott?
I don't.
Well, what do Americans love more than money?
Capitalism.
I mean, aside from money and capitalism.
Prisons.
I mean, aside from money and capitalism.
Manufacturing weapons, automatic weapons.
Aside from the development of automatic weapons.
Systemic racism.
Aside from systemic racism.
I'm at a loss.
Bacon.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's right. A sizzly, nice, got a big pork bacon.
Smoky back end. Yeah, so the
Yeah.
New Hampshire Lottery has scratcher tickets that are bacon scented. As you scratch them off, you get a little bacony whiff.
Get that little,
Bacony whiff.
that shit under your fingernail. And you just,
So-
smell for layer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, no, freebase it.
Whether you lose, you still win.
You do.
You get that little kick of bacon. That's all you need.
Bacon's all you need. The Beatles wrote that.
Yeah.
The Beatles wrote that.
That was the first draft of the song.
Yeah, it's the better draft.
It is the better
It's
draft.
the B-side.
They kind of
The bacon side, if you will.
They were kind of hit pretty
The side of
hard with
bacon.
the lawsuit from the pork companies, though.
That's their loss.
That's their loss.
I blame Foster Farms.
So,
Are they still doing those like puppet birds?
No,
is that
they
like
stopped doing
done?
those a long time ago.
Okay.
it's a good time to bring it up. I'm sick. I'm ill. I'm not well.
Scott, but you're glowing. You're glowing.
I know.
You're
I'm
glowing.
doing
You're radiant.
pretty well, but unfortunately, I was driving around the other day and there was a sharp pain in my lower back,
Oh.
and it started getting really irritable. And I go to the doctor. Turns out that I have an allergy, pretty severe to driving.
Scott.
If you want to get more precise, it's actually an intolerance. But
Scott, is this terminal?
it's something I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life.
All right, well,
It's that my body just simply doesn't really tolerate the process of driving anymore. It's just that it's so sick of it that it's now treating it like it's an autoimmune disorder, of driving.
Is that something to do with your kidneys? Kidneys?
It has to do with all the organs. It has all the organs together in one meat package in a body.
What are you gonna do?
There's several things I have to do. I went to my doctor. I went down to the DMV. I did the rounds. I'm basically on a pretty restrictive diet. Means I'm not going to be having eggs. I'm not going to be eating any. Sugar's got to go.
Oh no, Scott! Scott, you love sugar.
Anything basically that is not just a vegetable that hasn't been cultured in dirt is basically what I am being restricted to now.
Well,
So it's all hydroponically grown, which means it is organic, and that I'm getting no antibiotics through the soil and the uptake there. So that's a plus, but it is.
Yeah.
I'm very hungry.
well, Scott, I just want to let you know that if you ever need someone to drive you to the hospital, I'm there for you, buddy.
Oh, great! That's
just
good to know.
drive you.
I'll put
Drive
you on
you.
my emergency
Yeah,
contacts.
no, I'll put you in the car.
Unfortunately, I've been feeling very faint because of just not eating. I mean, I have so much food in my house; it's like a torture. I can't eat any of it because it's all now. I can't do it. And then this is what my naturopath told me. I mean, my real doctor said, well, you should be eating a full diet. You should be eating, you should have.
I mean, but which
all your
doctor-
it's actually more unhealthy to take these foods out.
What do doctors know, really? What do they know?
That's what I'm saying,
like-
because my naturopath said no. You're overflowing with your driving intolerance, and you have to restrict your diet. And I have to say, since that, I mean, driving itself has become kind of a chore, but I'm less intolerant of it. I still have to do it though for work.
Well, as we all do.
Well, I think you can apply for disability.
So you went to your real doctor. Who's your other doctor?
Well, I have a naturopath.
It's a naturopath.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can't disclose his name because that is against his confidentiality agreement.
It's like a midwife, except for life.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
it's exactly like that.
Right on.
Not well.
Yeah.
Not good.
Well-
it's a slow and steady decline.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Scott.
Yeah, but we're doing good. We're here podcasting.
Yeah,
We're
no.
here broadcasting across the digital airwaves. We're talking about all sorts of things. We've already discussed some great investment opportunities. I'm talking about the leather hats. We would talk about, making media matter. How do we make our media come alive for us? And we played a few games. We had some good times. Are there any closing thoughts, fellas? Any burning desire topics that you think need to be addressed before we close out today?
I would say that if you liked what you heard, you can subscribe on iTunes or leave a review. That gets us up higher in the iTunes hierarchy. Makes more people listen to the podcast and make more podcasts for the people to listen to.
Make more podcasts.
It's an equation of math.
Absolutely.
And you can also check us out at inlivingterror.net or follow us on Twitter at inlivingterror, on YouTube, /inlivingterror. And on Facebook, facebook.com/inlivingterror.
In Living Terror across the board.
Yeah.
Also on newgrounds.com.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that.
can't
We
forget
love Newgrounds.
Newgrounds.
And Newgrounds has been very good to us on
Newgrounds
Chum Zone.
Yeah.
Been probably the best to us. I've been with Newgrounds for a long time, and they're an awesome site. If you want to just go see some of the best animation you can find on the web, you go there. It's always been the case. It still is the case.
A lot of good community engagement
Yeah,
as well.
a lot of the dudes who are up and coming, like when we were all younger, like they're like real animators now. Like they're working on big stuff. It's great. So stage a little a viewer question of the week. Would you get cyborg implants? Email us and we'll answer these next week.
Or you can tweet with hashtag #InLivingTerror.
There you go.
We're the only people who use that hashtag, so if you use
We're claiming
we'll
it.
find you.
I also have a B question. Hallmark, have they ever made a good movie?
No.
Yeah.
So
Well, we'll find out what the users think. All right, on that note, guys, let's go get some ants on a log.
Whoa!